these false accusations, false statements. I am suing for defamation of character. I am suing because that is not true. Be able to back up what you report. And that's what I tell everybody. Everybody using my name and my face for views and clicks, but no one got facts. Everything y'all been doing has been smear campaign, and I have a problem with that. And that's why rarely I come out and I speak with you guys, because you don't want the fact check.
Well, you heard what Tiffany Henyard stated. No one wants to fact check, and she believes that there's a smear campaign being used against her. Well, listen to the updated version, and there was an order done, and just listen to this. Unbelievable.
Also tonight, more drama in Dolton. Credit card transactions amounting to thousands of dollars without explanation, and millions more owed to vendors.
A bombshell report highlights just how much financial trouble the village of Dolton is really in. Our Casey Cronus is live tonight with details. Casey.
Don and Scott, community members' jaws dropped during tonight's presentation. The report was put together by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who was hired by village trustees in April as an independent investigator. They sought her out to get to the bottom of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's alleged misuse of village funds. Of the revelations made tonight, we are learning that as of May 31st of this year, the village's general fund, which is used to pay the majority of village expenses, is $3.65 million in deficit. Across the village's 6 credit cards that Lightfoot has been made aware of, receipts for purchases are, quote, rarely provided, unquote. In just one day, 3 transactions were made on Amazon, one for $33,000, another for $4,700, and a third for $5,600. Another significant purchase that stands out, nearly $7,700 spent at Wayfair, and that is only scratching the surface. Community members were shocked to learn that at least 589 checks amounting to over $6 million were approved and printed but never sent to vendors. Henyard, a no-show for tonight's highly anticipated meeting, and attorneys for village trustees say she has changed the locks at Village Hall once again.
$40,000 at Amazon. What a slap in the face to everybody that reside in 60419 zip code.
I know how I felt when I started seeing these numbers. So I can imagine how all of you are feeling after all this time being in the dark. There are a number of other things we know, but we aren't ready yet. We got to verify in 20 ways from Sunday.
Here is proof for everyone to see, and even the ones who doubt us. If you don't see through this, there's nothing I can say to you. February of 2025, clean house. Clean house.
Also of note, the police department's expenditures have increased $1.6 million since fiscal year 2022. Since that time, former Deputy Chief Louis Lacey has taken home roughly $215,000 in overtime when he wasn't eligible for it. 2 other officers, Lightfoot says, made more in overtime than their base salaries. The details of tonight's report leaving community members infuriated.
My reaction was I am devastated. I am devastated that this woman came in to our town and spent all of our tax money. We have senior citizens that can't even afford basic necessities.
I suspected it all along. Tiffany needs to be locked up. She needs to be made an example out of, that she cannot go around using our money and spending it however she wants to spend it, like the job come with a cash register.
We are told this is just the tip of the iceberg. More reports are expected to come as Lightfoot and her team continue to investigate and look into more alleged misuse of funds, including 2 separate trips to Las Vegas. Henyard did not return our request for comment tonight.
I wasn't allowed to do that. So essentially they chose to leave everybody that they knew was basically supporting Super Mayor Henyard outside in the cold. And, fair is fair. If the people would have had the opportunity to participate and we would have lost, we could have took that. But to be cheated in such a way, such a slimy way, I expect more from an NFL player who competed on the highest level. Compete in politics on the highest level. He couldn't beat us. We had the crowd outside. You all saw it. Just report the truth. Anybody got a question for me?
That message of exclusion amplified last night when about 25 Dolton residents were locked out of a village board meeting as those inside blasted Henyard during public comment.
I wouldn't trust this woman if she stood on a stack of Bibles and had her tongue notarized. Not a damn thing she says comes out her mouth is true.
The meeting ended early when 4 opposition trustees walked out, saying there was ample room for the crowd and refusing entry to all would violate the Illinois Open Meetings Act.
The meeting was adjourned because we have to have enough space. So the Open Meetings Act requires that we have enough space for everybody to get in.
As you just saw, is chaos amongst our 4 trustees. They didn't come here to handle the business. They came here to do a political theater stunt, which you just saw.
Social media, phone calls, and visitors from across the country. As such, our security protocols have changed. But residents we talked to believe the mayor is hiding behind a security threat to keep them out of her business.
Because she have a lot of things she have to hide. She have to account for the money that's being spent.
Henyard's jobs is at risk. The embattled Thornton Township supervisor wanted to run for re-election, but after this rowdy caucus tonight, her name will not be on the ballot.
Jermont.
Erica and Joe, Tiffany Henyard likes to tell people, quote, "Let me educate you on how this works." Well, tonight you can say she was schooled on how the Democratic caucus works right here in Thornton Township. You can also say that she flunked out because her name is not appearing on the ballot.
Well, world, despite Mayor Tiffany Henyard's claims of unfair caucus rules, voter suppression, venue manipulation, and election rigging, she's going to have quite a fight, especially regarding that audit report that was performed by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who allegedly stated that thousands of dollars with no explanation and no receipts regarding credit cards and vendors not being paid millions of dollars, and checks being found, again, and salaries being paid to individuals regarding excessive overtime is going to be quite a battle for her to fight, especially since she has former trustees stating they want in February 2025 to clean house. But as quoted, fear is fear. And should everyone in Dolton expect more from the mayor, or should they trust the mayor if she stood on a stack of Bibles and had her tongue notarized, as previously quoted? What do you think?